Maritime Made on Eastlink TV is presented in partnership with Nova Scotia Business Inc., Nova Scotia's business development agency.
Eyeglasses. 60% of Canadian adults wear them. And they come in a huge variety of styles and prescriptions. But did you know that Vogue Optical, based in Charlottetown, PEI, is one of Canada's premier eyeglass lens manufacturers? Vogue Optical manufactures lenses for over 60 stores across Canada every day. Once your optician receives your prescription, your order is sent to the Vogue Optical manufacturing facility. Here, a worker prints both the prescription details and a unique barcode that will follow your lenses throughout the manufacturing process. Once the order is printed, it's placed in a tray. A pair of semi-finished lens blanks with varying refractive indexes that most closely fits your requirements is then chosen and placed in the tray with the order. These lenses are already complete on the outside, but will be ground down on the inside to fit your specific prescription. Once the lenses have been placed in the tray, they move on to the production stage. Here, a worker prepares the printed barcode by placing it on the side of the tray. This allows the job's progress to be tracked and allows the production machinery to know what prescription to process on the lenses. The worker then places a protective film on the front surface of each lens. Then marks each lens with an L or R to determine which is left and which is right. The film will also act as an adhesive for the block that needs to be attached to the lens. The blocks are used during the production process to safely hold the lenses in the machines and are attached using a molten metal alloy. They'll be removed later in production. Next, the lenses make their way to the stacker. The stacker is a simple machine that holds the lenses for about 15 minutes in order for the metal alloy to fully dry and harden. Once the lenses have been prepared for production, they move to one of two CNC cutting machines. This is where the actual prescription lenses are formed. The precise CNC machines are even capable of making fully personalized progressive lenses, which offer multifocal capabilities. Progressive lenses make up about 65% of Vogue's total production. The CNC machines use two different types of cutting blades to form and shape each lens to its unique prescription. The first blade is a 12-cutter carbide milling blade. This quickly removes the excess lens material to form the rough lens. The lens then moves to a 2mm diamond cutter that finely cuts the finished lens. This process creates a super smooth finish that requires only a small amount of polishing. The polish machines are chilled so as not to warp the lens material. These machines use aluminum oxide as the buffing agent, as well as a variety of polishing tools to get a super smooth finish. Once the lens has been polished, it may be sent to the laser engraver. Here, progressive lenses are engraved to ensure they are oriented correctly when placed into the frames. Flat-top or bifocal lenses and polycarbonate lenses are coated using the spin coater. The spin coater places an anti-scratch coating on the inside of the lens. The outside is already coated. Now the lenses are complete, and it's time to deblock them. The metal alloy is removed using a hot water bath and is recycled and reused. Once they're deblocked, the lenses are rinsed, cleaned in an ultrasonic bath, then finally rinsed in deionized water. Once clean, the lenses move on to quality control. Progressive lenses are tested on a computerized lens mapper. The lens mapper will determine the quality and effectiveness of the finished lens and ensure it meets the needs of the final customer. The lens mapper measures all aspects of a lens and compares it to the required prescription. A green light is a pass. A red light is an indication that it has not passed all the requirements of the prescription and must be investigated for inaccuracies. Flat-top lenses are tested by hand, where a skilled worker visually inspects the lens quality. Some customers want both an anti-scratch and a reflection-free coating on their glasses. Once they've been inspected, these lenses go to the dust-free coating lab. In the coating lab, the lenses are placed on metal hangers, then placed in the CHC60. Here, the lenses are first cleaned and rinsed in a variety of liquid solutions, then finally dipped in a lacquer that will protect the lenses from scratches. Once coated and dried, the lenses are placed in an oven to cure. If the customer has chosen to also have a reflection-free coating on their lenses, this is done in the boxer. First, the boxer is thoroughly cleaned to remove any debris or dust. Then the lenses are placed in special segments and loaded into the boxer. A crucible holds a variety of chemicals that will become the reflection-free coating. Once the boxer is closed, the crucible is slowly heated, releasing the chemicals as a gas that will then bond to the lenses. Once complete, each lens will be fully coated on both sides. Once a pair of lenses is complete, they're oriented by hand using the laser engravings, then silk screened, giving the lab technician in each store the ability to create the final glasses. The lenses are now ready to be packaged up and are then shipped daily to stores all over Canada. Once at the store, a technician uses this machine to measure the frame that the lenses will fit into. They then add new, smaller blocks to the lenses and move them to the cutting machine. Here, the lenses will be cut to the shape of the frame. The blocks are then removed. Warm glass beads are then used to slightly heat the frames so that the lenses can be snapped into place. The final step is to ensure the glasses fit and that the customer is 100% happy.
Maritime Made is presented by Nova Scotia Business Inc. because great things are happening.